Hey everyone, welcome to this exciting playlist where we are building a tool to monitor your competitor GitHub commits. This tool will not only track the commits but also store them in a MongoDB database. And in the end, we will deploy it on an AWS EC2 instance for real world uses. So why we do need this type of tool? So in the world of tech, keeping an eye on your competitor open source contribution can give you a valuable insight into trends, strategies and innovation. So with this tool, you will stay informed and ahead of the curve. So this playlist has 3 episodes. In the first episode, we will set up a virtual environment, create a MongoDB database, and connect our script to it. And the next episode will focus on enhancing the script, adding monitor logic, and finally deploying everything to AWS. Let's start. So open the GitHub repository and make a new repository. So I also added a readme file and git ignore file for Python. Now create repository. Now copy the HTTPS address and open the CMD. Then git clone and now let's copy the repository. Now enter the GitHub monitor dashboard directory. After that, now creating a virtual environment. Okay, so I'm using a Conda. So Conda create -p virtual environment Python equal to 3.11 -by and Conda activate virtual environment. So it will create a virtual environment with Python version of 3.11. You can see environment is creating and it's activate also virtual environment because of we are writing two codes. Now creating the files we use touch database.py uh, requirement.txt and dashboard.py for Streamlit app and one more of fetch commits.py. When we hit enter, you can see in the right side our file is created. Now open the notepad and writing the dependencies. Now we are using a Streamlit app, so writing the Streamlit PyMongo. We are using database by PyMongo and environment file Python .env. Okay, save it. Now open your VS code dot. Now we in our VS Code we see our files. First we are getting database.py file. So what we do? So now creating a MongoDB database. For this you open your MongoDB, sign in. MongoDB provide 512 MB free storage. So creating a new project. Okay. So name your project. So I write my project name like GitHub monitor monitoring. Click on next. You can also set your member if you need. So create project. Wait for some time. It will creating. Now after that we are using a cluster. For creating a cluster, you can see there are a lot of servers. So we use a M0 free server. It provides 512 MB storage and RAM is shared. Cluster 0 AWS and region is Mumbai. Because of I'm living in India, so I choose Mumbai. Choose your nearest region. Then now click on create cluster. It will take some time. It show 3 to 5 minutes. So let's use some username and your password. So don't forget to copy your password. It does not show after that when you are creating. Okay. Create user. It will create your username and password. So it's also asking where would you like to connect from. So it's my local environment or cloud environment. I choose my local environment. You can also choose your IP address. So I choose one more IP address. It's a whitelist 000. IP access list is also in showing. Now click on finish and close and go to overview. Uh, for connecting application and development, so how can you connect with our Python our script to MongoDB. So this is the for adding data we need a database. So create database atlas, click on start and make a database name and collection name. So for database name I choose uh, GitHub commits and collection name commits. Now create database. Now it's creating our database. It will show in sometimes. Now we saw here is a database created, GitHub commits and commits is a collection name. Now open your VS Code and write the database.py. So I also created .env file for saving my MongoDB URI. So import the dependencies. So I use from pymongo import Mongo client. Errors, import OS and from .env import load underscore .env. We are not installing our requirement.txt file in our virtual environment. So for installing the dependencies from requirement.txt files, use pip install -r requirement.txt. So it's install all dependency in our virtual environment. Load environments variable like so first load.env for loading our environment file variables. For MongoDB connection, create a Mongo URI equal to os.get environment Mongo URI. It's in our virtual environment file. That's why we are adding os.get environment. And now we give our database name. So give the database name which is from in MongoDB. So our database name is GitHub commit and collection name is commit. After that, we are creating a function for checking the connection with MongoDB. So def get Mongo client, try if not Mongo URI or not Mongo database name. So raise and value error. Missing required environment variable. Mongo URI or database name or collection name. If any one thing is missing, so then it's given value error. Now connect with a client equal to Mongo client, Mongo URI, okay, and client.admin.command ping. So it will create a ping to our database. Also print if ping is successfully, then print successfully connected connection to MongoDB. So return client database name and collection name. If connection is successfully, then it return database name and collection name. So accepts error dot server selection timeout error as if. So print mm, like MongoDB connection error, accept value error as if, print missing required environment variable. I'm using a tab line extension, so it's show some automation script. One more thing, so accept exception as a, print an error occurred. Return none. So when a connection is not stabilized, so it's return none. Now running the script. So if underscore name equal to main underscore main collection equal to get mongo client, uh, which is a function name. So if collection is not none, then print connected to MongoDB. Else print field to MongoDB. Now, yeah, we use Mongo URI. So give the Mongo URI variable and the path of Mongo URL. So write the path. Now run the script. Python space data space database dot py run. So it's given an form data info load and load as hyphen dot env. So it's underscore load underscore dot env. I'll walk you through two Python scripts designed to streamline your GitHub monitoring process. So the first script automatically fetch recent GitHub commits, converts timestamp to your local time, and stores them in a MongoDB database, making it perfect for tracking repository. updates. And the second script leverage Streamlit to create an interactive dashboard that visualize this data, allowing you to analyze commit activity in real time. So let's dive into the code and bring this automation to life. Import necessity library first, import OS, import requests, import pads from data from datetime import datetime and time delta and import time from PyMongo, import Mongo client and from .env import load.env. So after that load environment variables, copy the Mongo connection and paste it. We need a token for GitHub access. Creating a base URL for GitHub API. So this is the HTTPS semicolon api.github.com. Now for connecting the MongoDB database. So Mongo client database equal to client. After that for accessing the GitHub, so we need authorization for headers. For authorization, create a headers. For securing the access, create the authorization. A string bearer and token. Token is your GitHub API token and accept. So specify the API version to use. After that, so list the repository name to monitors. Repository to monitor, making a variable repositories. Give the owner of the repository. So I am choosing one of the open source Langflow AI, and their repo is Langflow. Choose as many as you want. So I drag one more free code cam. Their owner name and their repo name is same, which means free code cam. And one more repo track TensorFlow. The same owner and repo TensorFlow. Okay. Now what I did, so now I'm converting your UTC to IST. So when we track our repository, so it's give a UTC time. So I convert into UTC time into the IST, creating a function def get IST times UTC times. So I'm using a try with try. First IST equal to bits dot time zone Asia Kolkata and return UTC time zone dot S time zone IST. For handling the error, I use try and accept log. So accept exception as e. So print f string error converting time to IST. So if there is any error, so it gives an return UTC time. So if there is any error, so it's return UTC time. So our code does not affect. If time is not converting, our code does not affect. Now give the fetch recent commits. Okay, so using the creating a function def fetch recent commit, and for this we using honor and repo. So give the URL. This is the format of any commits from GitHub. Okay. And what we did is get a response from your URL. So it's the response equal to request dot get headers, and also using the parameters or params. Okay, now give the parameter also and saving into a variable params to params. So using the since so ensure only commits from the last hour. Okay, UTC now the time delta hour equal to 1. That ISO format. Now what is so if response dot status code equal to 200, so mean process is successfully respond. Okay, so commits equal to response.json. It's response into a JSON data. So saving into variable commits. So for commit in commits, so extract commit details like in repo, repo commit message, author, state, URL. We are fetching these types of data. For uh, commit message author, from the response commit author name and date, like commit author and date. For the saving the URL, commit and HTML URL. And one more thing, like which time I faced. So faced it, get IST time, copy the function name, get IST time and date time dot UTC now. So it's first fetch the data as the UTC time and convert into the IST. If it's fail, so it's written into UTC time. So our code does not fail. After that, what I did, so try to avoiding uh, the duplicate commits. So if the comment already exist in the database, so if not, commit collection dot find one URL and commit HTML URL. So commit collection dot insert one commit data. Print like f string stored commit. From repo. else print mm, duplicate commit skipped. So what it this code does, so it's the check if the commit already exists in the database, so using an URL, and if not, to store the commit if it's new, otherwise skip it. Using the accept exception as the error processing committee, else print fail to fetch repo. Also added HTTP status and response code. Accept exception as the, so print f string error fetching commits for honor repo. So these are the handles error during the data extraction. So ensuring the program does not cracks. Okay, now monitoring all repository, creating a function def monitor repositories for repo in repositories, try uh, print fetching commits for repo, try fetch recent commit, repo owner name and repository name. Accept exception as the print f string error monitoring repository. Print monitoring cycle completed in a new line. So this script loop through the list of repositories and fetching the recent commits for each. Now creating a main loop. So if name equal to main, while true, try monitor repositories, time.sleep 3600. So it's run the monitoring process continuously and pausing for an hour between cycles. Except keyboard interrupt, print monitor stopped by user, then break it and accept exception as the print error in monitoring loop. Let's save it and run it. So Python fetch commit.py. It's throwing an error in the line number 70. Okay. It's showing the inverted comma error. Now correct it. Once again save it and run it. It's now it's showing 72. I think it's the same error for other line also. Now correct it and rerun it. Showing one more error. In line number 70. Once again run it. It's fetching the data for lang flow. Okay. Now fetching command from tensor URL, TensorFlow. Now showing the MongoDB database. It's fetch or not, and saving into the MongoDB. Let's wait. Now we see the collection name commits and document 3. It's mean there are three commits we are fetching. One for TensorFlow, FreeCodeCamp, and okay, that's it for the first script. Now move to the second script for dashboard. Just like that, starting with the import the necessity level libraries. After that, so fetch data from MongoDB. So creating a function def fetch data to get Mongo client, saving it to a variable client. Now creating a variable data equal to list client dot find. So for excluding the MongoDB object ID, okay. Underscore ID. ID show you ID. The MongoDB when save any object, it's creating a ID in MongoDB. Okay. What it did, so now return pt.data frame data. So convert the MongoDB result, which is a list of dictionaries, so into a data frame for easy manipulation. Okay. Now starting the Streamlit configuration. So page configuration. So st dot set page config. So give the title page name. So GitHub monitoring dashboard and layout white. So st dot title GitHub monitoring dashboard. So display the main heading of the dashboard. st dot markdown. So give the brief description to inform user about the app purpose. So view and analyze GitHub commit activity from monitor repositories. Now using the loading and pre-processing. So using a with st spinner loading data. So it's spin while fetching the data. And fetch data to equal to commit data. Commit data. So it's fetched from MongoDB and store in the commit data variable. Okay. Now conditional check. So if data exists, so if not, commit data.empty. pt.to.datetime, commit data to date. So convert the date column into a proper data or date time format for easier filtering and visualization. Display the raw data. So st.subheader, recent commit overview. With st.expander. So collapsible section to toggle the visibility of raw data. So show or hide raw data. And st.data frame commits data and use container with equal to true. So it's to display the data frame into a tabular format. Now creating the filters. st.sidebar dot multi-select. So select repos. So option equal to commit data repo. st.sideward.text input. So it's create a user to filter the author name, and function dot lower convert the lowercase for case insensitive matching. Save into a variable author underscore filter. Now apply filter based on two conditions. So check the repository name is in the selected repo list, and check the author name content. Commit data repo is in repo filter. Check if the repository name is the selected repo filter, and commit data author dot str dot lower dot str dot contains author filter and na equal to false. So why we choose na equal to false? It's about the errors caused by a missing value in the author column. Now show the filtered data st.subheader filtered commit overview. So it's added a subheader and title filter commit overview in the main content area of the dashboard. If not, filter data.empty st.data frame filter data. It shows display the filter data in an interactive table. Use container with equal to true. Ensure the table expand to the fit width of the container. So if else st.warning no data matching the filters. So its filter data is empty. So a warning message is displayed using st.warning. For visualization, if not filter data.empty, chart data, filter data.group by, and filter data date.dt.date. So group the data by date and count the number of commits per day. Saving into a variable chart data. So st.line chart. So it's create a line chart if data is not empty. So commit count by author st.subheader. Now creating a bar chart for author. So st.subheader commit count by author. If not, filter data.empty. Filter data author dot value counts. So count the number of commits for each author and save into the variable author chart data. st.var chart. So it display a bar chart showing the number of commits per author. Else st.warning, no data found in the database. Now let's run this Streamlit run dashboard.py. It's running. Now our app is created successfully, showing the proper dashboard. A filter is also working. You can see commit or count by author showing in a bar chart. You can also download a CSV file. In the previous two episodes, we covered how to create a MongoDB database, fetch commit from GitHub repositories and save them into the MongoDB database, and visualize the MongoDB data using a Streamlit app. And in this video, we will take it a step further by deploying our project to AWS EC2. We will set up cron jobs for the fetch commit.py script so it's run periodically to fetch updates, and we will deploy our dashboard on EC2 to make it accessible. Let's get started. Open your Amazon console and go to EC2. Okay. Before launching the instance, make sure you have to choose your region. Launch instance. Give a name. I give monitor. Okay. Machine I choose Amazon Linux. Retire eligible is also available for my. And for key pair, creating a key pair. Just like it's saying. So use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. Ensure that you have success to select key pair before you launch the instance. Okay. This is the network setting. Allow SSH traffic. No. Click launch instance. Connect to instance. For connecting instance, click connect and it will open EC2 instance terminal. Wait for connection. This is your public IP address. Okay. Now connection is stabilized. So now return to your root user. For this, hit sudo su. For installing the file and modifying, we need a root user. Okay. Now checking the Python, it's already installed Python 3.9 version. For installing Git and pip, we use sudo yum install Git and for pip Python 3 pip. Now I create a virtual environment. For virtual environment, Python 3 hyphen m virtual environment and give your virtual environment name. I choose my env. Let's create a virtual environment. For activating a virtual environment, go to source, my env, bin and activate. So it will activate your virtual environment. Now I clone my Git repository. For this, go to your Git repository and choose https, copy it, git clone and paste. Now go to your Git repository folder. Okay. Now checking how many files in our folder. So requirement.txt, fetch, database, dashboard and readme.md file. Okay. Now we install our requirements.txt file. For this pip install -r requirement.txt and hit enter. Wait for installing. It will install all package. While installing, I'll show you some more. So in our fetch.commit file, we write our code here is time.sleep 3600. So it's rerun every hour. So we don't need this line. So we will comment in our EC2 instance file. Okay, and activate with our cron job. And one more thing. So here we are using .env file for connecting the Mongo URI and Git token. So we will also create a .env file in our EC2 instance. Now check. Wait for installing all files. Now our file is installed. So here is also a pip version is upgraded. So we upgrade the pip version. You can copy this command or write manually. Okay. Now I created a .env file. For this, touch.env and for writing nano.env. Now in this you can paste your environment variables. After creating and saving your environment variable, you give a command chmod 600.env. So what it did? So it restricts the permission so that only owner can read and write the env file. Okay, we don't want to show our environment variable to others. Okay, before starting our cron job, so now here we check our there are 26 entries in our database. Okay, there are 26 entries in our database. So now writing the cron job. So first understand the cron job. Okay, so there are 5 streaks in cron job. After that we write our command. So 5 streaks. There are first asterisk is minutes, second asterisk for hour, third is for day of the month, and fourth for month, and fifth for day of the week is 0 and 7. Sunday is also indicate with 0 or 7. Okay, so just like if we write like this, so it's 30 at the 30-minute hour 2 a.m. and remaining same, and he write 1. So it's run the script at 2:30 a.m. on every day. Okay, after that we writing our Python interpreter. Okay, so Python path and our script path. So for checking a Python path we use a command which Python 3. It will show you the Python path. Okay, and for script we use read link for f and our file name. So I write fetch commit.py file. So it's give the path. Yeah. Okay. So now enter your cron tab dot e hyphen e enter. So it's showing command not found. Okay, first install your cron job for cron installing with crony sudo yum install crony. Okay, now it's install. Now cron tab, so it will open a new tab. You can write your cron job here. Okay, so one more thing, so understand for this. So I write a script. Okay, it's run in every 5 minutes. Okay, then after a Python code, after that a script. Okay, and one more thing, I also want to know it's creating a log. Okay, so for creating a log I give this command. Okay, and this handles the logging. So append the output to a specific log file. The file where the output from the script is stored, and 2 is greater than and 1. So this is for redirect standard error, and 1 combine both error. So both normal output and error message go to the same log. And using the end in the end, so ensure the process running in the background. Okay, this is the complete command. Just copy and paste it. Okay, now hit E space and wq semicolon w. For checking our setup, so cron tab hyphen l. So this is our setup. Okay. So wait for a few minutes. It will run or not. We are checking. So currently for ls we are checking our dashboard.py database fetch command requirement. So if it's run successfully, so it will also create a github monitor.log file. Okay. So wait for a few. One more thing, for checking the cron tab status, we need, so check cron tab status, so sudo service, okay, cron d and status. Okay, so our code is inactive. Okay, for this we need sudo service cron d start. Okay, so it will start our cron d services. Now once again check status. Now it's running. Okay, wait for a few minutes for checking. Okay, one more thing. We are not correct our Python files. Okay, fetch.commit. So nano fetch.commit.py and so there is no need of time.sleep file. Okay, just control S and control X. Okay, now wait. Check is it's not created a file. So now check once again our path is correct or not. One by one I checking which Python 3. Okay, so home EC2 user my env win Python 3. Okay, path is correct. And for read link f and fetch commit. So home EC2 user GitHub monitor dashboard fetch.commit. Okay, file is correct. Cron service is running. Okay, check manually it's running or not. So Python 3 fetch commit. Okay, it's running successfully. Time is also showing. Okay, so code is working fine. Now once again check. Okay, now it's showing the GitHub monitor log is creating. Okay, so cat for checking the log. We hit enter cat. Now it's running successfully. There are duplicate commits, so it's not uploaded in our GitHub. Oh, sorry, MongoDB database. Just like there are 26 and refresh it. One more entry is there 27. Okay, so now we are successfully deploy our cron jobs for fetch commit. Okay, now what we do, so for installing our Streamlit app, so it's just a right Streamlit, run, and dashboard.py. Okay, so this is our external URL. You can check your public IP. You can copy and paste here for checking the Streamlit app deployment. Okay, it's not working because of we are not enable the port of 8501. Okay, so for enabling the port, we go to our instance. Okay, so this is our running file and our network. In the network, go to the interface ID and security group. Oh, sorry, go to the security group, not in network. Okay, security and security group. Okay, now inbound rules, added rule for at 501. Okay, so this is our port. So add rule customs TCP at 501. Okay, give, so we can access anywhere. Save rules. Now check, refresh it. So here we can see our Streamlit app is working fine. Okay, so here is one problem. If we close our instance, it's not working. I show you. Okay, now just close this instance window and rerun. It's disconnect because of the server is not available. For this, we can use. Now once again connect. Just like previously we do the same thing. Go to your root, enable virtual environment. So for running the Streamlit app, in background we use a Tmux library. For this, first we install Tmux, sudo yum install Tmux. Now it's installed successfully. Now start the Tmux session. For this, we use Tmux new hyphen app Streamlit app. Let's open a Tmux window. Now we run the Streamlit app. Streamlit run dashboard.py. Give your port number. Run dash server dot port at 501, which we are earlier created. If you want to new, then create a new one, and server address 00. So we can access from everywhere and hit enter. Let's give a URL, copy and paste it. It will work or not, we check. Okay, wait. We connect with your public IP address. Now our app is open successfully. Now what we did, just like previously, we close this instance. Now check if our app is working or not. Now it's still working after closing our window. We can check. There are now 28 entries. That's how you can deploy your Streamlit app on EC2. That's all for this project. I hope you learned how to connect to MongoDB, fetch commits from a GitHub repository and save them into the database, visualize the data using a Streamlit app, and most important, how to set up cron jobs for script on EC2 and deploy on Streamlit app on EC2. In this segment, I'll show you how to deploy your Streamlit app on Render's hobby project section. And the best part is it's a completely free. So let's start it. Before deploying on Render, we create a YAML file for deploying. Okay, so render.yaml, and these are the code for deploying. Services type web application, we are using a web application, so that's why I write web, and GitHub dashboard I name and environment is Python. Build command, we install a requirement.txt file, and start command Streamlit run dashboard.py. So commit. Now are creating a render file, YAML file. Okay, now go to the dashboard of the render, so deploying a web services. Okay, so give the repository name. We can also check, here is the charger. This is a free hobby project and started. So I choose a hobby project for this. Okay, so my repo is a public, so copy and public repository, get connect. Okay, project name is optional, you can skip or not. So this is the command. So start command extended run, or file name is dashboard. Okay, dashboard.py, server port. Okay, choose a free hobby project and give your environment keys. Just click on deploy web services, it's run automatic. If there is not any error, so it's run successfully. This is a web URL. Wait for few minutes. Now it's started installing the packages numpy, pandas, below. This is your URL. Okay, it's not working because it's in a working progress. The package is successfully installed. Now PP is upgrading. We can check it's run or not. Now it's run successfully. It's open. That's all. You can you can deploy your project. That's it for today. I hope this bonus content helps you take your Streamlit app live effortlessly. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.